What time is it? Do you know? How much has passed? It's hard to say, but for now, we are faced with the reality of Steins Gate. Chapter 1. Time Travel Paranoia. Hey, you. Can you see us? Why won't you answer? I'm asking you a question. Yes, you. On the other side of the monitor. Me? Your silence only strengthens my hypothesis. I suppose that, from your perspective, it appears that we are the ones inside the monitor. Excuse me, this is a little too meta. But that's where you're wrong. For it is you who are inside. Your reality is nothing but lies and shadows. Naturally, that includes you, too. Okay? True reality is on this side of the screen. Don't believe me? I don't blame you. Few are those who can handle the truth. But no matter, I shall speak in simpler terms, easy enough for even you to understand. Excuse me, sir, I went to Harvard. I took physics, thank you very much. Didn't do well, but I took it. This is the Future Gadget Laboratory, located in the Akihabara district of Tokyo. We call it simply the lab. Our purpose is to shatter the system and plunge the world into chaos. That doesn't sound like a good goal, sir. Really? You shouldn't do bad things, Okarin. Quiet, I'm a mad scientist, remember? You look like you're living in like a 1, maybe 2-room studio apartment with 2 of your friends, and you need to learn to declutter just a little bit, or at least unpack some of your boxes. From the station, head down Chudori until you reach Suehirocho Station, then take a left onto Kuramabashi Dori in the alley before the traffic light. You'll find the rundown Ohiyama building. The lab is on the 2nd floor. On the 1st floor is a store of ill repute called the Brawn Tube Workshop. You can't miss it.
今時
It deals exclusively in CRT monitors of all things. Can you imagine, even in the heart of Akihabara's electric town, the demand for CRTs is practically non-existent. But the proprietor of the Brawn Tube Workshop, Tennoji, is also the owner of the building. That's how he can afford to maintain his ridiculously niche hobby shop, even as land value continues to rise. He may seem a rough sort, but he was no match for my charisma. Now, the entire second floor is mine for next to nothing. I digress. The Future Gadget Laboratory is currently experiencing a severe shortage of manpower. We welcome dedicated scientists from all fields to apply. At present, our researchers are... Okarin. You've gotta say lab mems, not researchers. Our lab mems, laboratory members, are 3. I am the founder of the Future Gadget Lab. Lab mem number 001, the insane mad scientist Hyoin Chroma. Which I feel like I have to say it like that at this point. Okarin is cuter, though. Next, we have a resident cosplayer and only female member, Lab Mem number 002, Shinya Mayuri. Call me Mayushi. I like making costumes more than wearing them. And last, we have our resident super hacker, Lab member number 003, Hashida Itaru. Stop calling me that. It's super hacker. Duh. Here at the Future Gadget Laboratory, we devote ourselves to the art of invention. For details, see our lab's homepage. Our top priority, of course, is to develop weapons for the war with the Dark Dominion, but that research has spawned a number of offshoot inventions. In fact, that's all it's spawned. Okay, hold on a minute. You have a website. You're clearly living in a small apartment over a shop that only sells CRT monitors, and you're making inventions to start a war with with its Dark Dominion. But you're only making offshoot inventions, and also there's 3 of you, and only 2 of you even maybe know something about science. Our arsenal of future gadgets is up to 8, but this is just the beginning. I have a total of 108 inventions to create. Like in that tennis manga, right? I get it. No, it's the number of earthly desires in mortals, you at-channel junkie. And I thought I told you not to interrupt me when I'm talking. Yeah, wouldn't want to interrupt you talking to yourself. I'm not talking to myself. Can't you see? I'm talking to the person behind the monitor. He just grinned. What are you grinning about? Damn you, you don't even exist outside that monitor. Just say don't look at me. How's about I just get up and walk away? I can leave at any moment. There is a whole room. There's a whole apartment behind me. I could go outside. Not that I'm actually going to do that. Also, I don't identify as that, so rude. Question, can I actually say, just don't look at me? Hold on. I have not had a chance to look at the tips. On the internet is an unwritten rule to say this whenever you see an image of someone or something looking towards the camera. Since when is that an internet rule? @channel, fictional Japan most popular message board, covers a wide variety of topics from hacking to cooking to anime to current events. Okay, so this is obviously a play on like 4chan. @channel, gotcha. Super hacker, a tremendously skilled hacker, or at least someone who claims to be one. The threat, my friend's a hacker, so we can easily find out who you are. Often appears during arguments on the internet. People mockingly call the obviously non-existent hacker a hacker. Cosplay, video cosplay, that one I know about. The system is the mean by which the organization maintains its grip on humanity. Its full scope is too vast to comprehend, but suffice it to say that the system gives the organization influence over government, religion, media, culture, and science worldwide. Most people do not even know that their lives are controlled by the system. It is so deeply embedded in the fabric of society that modern civilization would not be able to function without it. Destroying the system, therefore, would plunge the world into chaos. Moe, a word used to describe character traits that are cute or endearing. Includes flaws such as glasses, clumsiness, or ditziness. Oh, I must be Moe then. I have all 3 of those. Also used to refer to the culture of entertainment centered around characters who possess such traits. Pronounced Moe. Dory means street. John Titor, a self-proclaimed time traveler from 2036 who appeared on the American Internet message board in November of 2000. The Internet went into an uproar, flooding the board with questions and debate. Titor posted pictures of the time machine and its control manual, as well as diagrams illustrating the time machine mechanics. He also disclosed information on near-future events, time travel, physics, history, intervention, the multiverse, timelines, and world lines. And then 4 months after his appearance, he left a comment saying, "I will be leaving this world line shortly, and this will be my final post," and disappeared. I wonder if that actually happened. I would love to Google and see if that is something that really happened. Rainet Kakeru, a fictional popular manga series serialized in Loco Comics. Probably like a Shonen Jump play. The 3rd season of the anime adaptation is currently airing on Toho TV. Although the series is ostensibly aimed at children, the realistic themes also depicted appeal to adults. More and more children are learning about the internet through this anime. It has reached the point where some scholars claim that their children are better informed than their parents with regard to internet issues. Some people are even calling this new generation Rainet children. It's like a Digimon play, maybe? Some politicians and organizations have strongly criticized the series for encouraging children to become hikikomori by idealizing boys and girls who are obsessed with computers. So, hikikomori is a term in Japanese culture that refers to someone who is essentially shut-in. They live either like in a studio or in their parents' house. They never go outside. They spend their entire life on the internet. Oftentimes, they like get all their basic needs delivered. I don't know if the concept of getting things delivered to them was as common when this game was made, because like delivery services weren't as common back in 2009, but essentially it's the Japanese idea of like a shut-in, and it's kind of also play hikikomori is a play on like, I want to say like shrine maidens kind of dedication to their temple. It's like their dedication to the room. However, a majority of adults praise the series for teaching children about the possibilities of the internet morality, copyright infringement, and privacy protection. This has contributed to Rainet's success. Although the series stimulates intellectual curiosity, it is not merely an educational program, as Kakeru battles terrorists in cyberspace. His techniques and programs are represented as virtual robots, while his enemies' viruses take the form of monsters. This makes the confrontations easy to visualize, with well-timed perspective changes depicting both the protagonist's techniques and inside the computer, and his friends' teamwork outside the computer. Capsule toys, vending machine things, electromagnetic rays, the soul name. The organization is the organization, nothing more, nothing less. I still think it's made up, mostly in his mind. But we're probably gonna find out that I'm in fact wrong about all of this, and all of this stuff is actually real and following him. I don't think that's gonna work. It appears our attempts to communicate have failed. It's sad to see someone so deeply in denial of reality. Maybe they think we're in the game? I doubt it's even occurred to them. But aren't your 2D girlfriends the same way? That's different. Those girls are my wives. That is creepy. Nobody cares about your harem. But Mayushi touched upon a very interesting theme, you know? What if we're actually just characters in a game? Any way we can know for sure? No. Come on! Such questions are meaningless. Our time is better spent thinking of ways to destroy the system. Nice Junibyo, bro. So this is what I was talking about earlier with this whole thing is all in his head. And if I pop over here, Literally 8th grade syndrome. A term referring to a mindset exhibited primarily by teenage males, also used as a derogatory term to refer to older people who still exhibit this mindset. Characterized by an affected attitude of nihilism or cynicism, extreme self-centeredness, delusions of power or superiority, and a consuming fear of being treated as a child. The person exhibiting these symptoms believes that they are cool, but most observers find them pathetic. Chindio, which is often referred as chini, also refers to the fictional tropes that teenage males often enjoy, such as age of conspiracy, superpowers, especially powers sealed inside a character's eye or arm. Hello Naruto, Norse mythology, battles for the fate of the multiverse, etc. The consummate Chunibyo case will work such elements into his own personal backstory. Okarin is a textbook example. 2D girl, a female character in an anime, game, or manga. I step back from the monitor. Displayed on the screen is the ugly cute character Alpaca Man. This is a game called Alpaca Man 2, where you speak to Alpaca Man via microphone and watch him react. The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago, but personally, I only find the ugly part of ugly cute to be cute. I agree. Also, was that meaning that all this time you've been talking to this alpaca? And I've been, like, pretending it's me? Now I think I'm the crazy one. I bought it yesterday, 500 yen used, headset included. I turned to Daru with a menacing glare. Shut it, Haka. I'm no Chunibyo patient. I sweep my hair back and flash a devilish grin. I am Hoyin Kyoma. You're gonna keep yelling that name like it means something. That's your character's name, right? How can you have all of this? Just clean your house. Clean your house! Oh, Daru. Your communication skills are beyond repair. I'll have you know that I go to a ton of offline meets, and I'm always the life of the party. This fat, bespectacled guy is my brother-in-arms, right-hand man, Hashide Itaru, nickname Daru. He's a hardcore otaku. You can always find him in front of the computer playing games and watching anime. He has 2D wives on whom he cheats with 3D maids. I don't agree with his preferences, but to him, anything's fine as long as it's moe. He's the reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition. Despite his insistence that software is his forte, he shows remarkable aptitude with hardware as well. Oh, the needle bit me at my finger. Ow, Charlie bit me. Over here, nursing a pricked finger, we have Shinya Mayuri, a 16-year-old high school student, if you can believe it. I've known her since we were both small. She's also an otaku, nowhere near Daru's level, though. This ditzy girl is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women, and today she's working on costumes at her usual leisurely pace. Why does the Future Gadget Laboratory need costumes for women? It doesn't. The truth is that Mayuri is completely useless. And you're an asshole. Still, there's no way I would ever kick her out. After all, she was the first one to join the Future Gadget Laboratory. I still remember the day Mayuri first came to the lab. It was spring. She said to me, Mayushi is Okarin's hostage. I belong here. Honey, you need help. More so than the other two, perhaps. Well, that certainly was cryptic. But her offer was my salvation. For she was the first to join me on my magnificent quest. She saved me from a solitary life on the run from the organization. I will never forget her kindness. Mayuri doesn't have to be useful. Her being here is enough. She's kind of a dick. So, did Alpaca Man say anything?
Yeah,
Nope, nothing. The human-faced alpaca inside the monitor was completely unresponsive. So unresponsive you'd think the game was bugged. Whatever, I give up. Never again will I play this boring game. Damn antisocial alpaca! What the fuck? I curse his name and smack the TV. As soon as I do... The TV made a sound like it shorted and then the screen goes blank. I change the channel. Nothing. Check the power cable. Nothing. You broke it! Whack it again. Nothing. I guess it's broken. Damn. This crummy TV is on lease from the Brawn Tube workshop downstairs. It's probably just old. You made Mr. Alpaca angry! Damn. I'll have to get it repaired later. I turn off the TV and lie down on the couch. I'm fed up with the humidity of Japanese summers. I stare at a conspicuous stain on the ceiling while fanning it myself. I close my eyes, and what naturally comes to mind is that impossible scene I saw an hour ago. They're gone. As I left Ratikan, everyone vanished before my eyes. I can't explain it. And it wasn't just the people on the street. The people in the stores gone, and the restaurants gone, even the cars vanished, drivers and all. And it all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, an empty city spread before me. I could still hear the music from the stores, but those catchy melodies were the only sounds of life remaining. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I felt only a cold chill down my spine. I just stood there, breathless, until... What's wrong? Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Mayuri hadn't disappeared. She was right there, looking at me with questioning eyes. Everyone disappeared just now, right? You saw it right just now, before our very eyes! Panicked or told as the enormity of what had just happened struck me. Unable to control myself, I grabbed Mayuri by her slender shoulders, and shook her. Did you see it, Mayuri? You saw it, right? Shaken girl sounds. Mayuri's head flopped back and forth from my shaking. I didn't see anything. You didn't? I stopped shaking her and looked straight into her eyes. She returned my gaze with eyes clear as glass marbles. You saw nothing. Nothing at all. There were people here a second ago, weren't there? There were? Even the store's employees are gone. That's impossible by any measure. Of course, they are. Her reply didn't make any sense. It was like this when we got here. Oh, I know. You're seeing things, aren't you? I'm sure it's because of the heat. How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I looked up at the bright blue sky. There wasn't a cloud in sight, the scorching summer sun shone bright through the gaps between Akiwa's buildings. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top of the Ratikan where I had just been a moment before. There it was, an enormous machine, like some kind of satellite embedded in the roof of the building where, not 5 minutes before, I had found Makise Kurisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Makise Kurisu might still be in that dark, narrow passageway, cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was... What the hell is that satellite doing there? Right before Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, the building had shook like a bomb had exploded. The roof door lock had been broken. and beyond it someone had placed a satellite-like machine shrouded in smoke and glowing dust. When I first saw it, the satellite was on the rooftop, but that's not what I was seeing now. The satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building, obliterating the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere somehow. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? The real question was, when did that happen? Mayuri, about that satellite. Yeah? What a surprise, huh? What do you mean? What was a surprise? It made a huge kaplow sound. A huge kaplow. It certainly did make a sound, but I don't think it was kaplow. It was more like zzz. Did that satellite fall out of the sky? Did it? Do you think any aliens were on board? Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all with what Mayuri was saying. Suddenly, nothing seemed real. Had I dreamt it all? Hey, you two! Just then, a uniformed policeman ran up to us, his expression stern. What do you think you're doing here? This area is off limits. You have to leave. Sorry? First, my good man, let's call you Officer A. I have one question. Officer A? Thousands of people just vanished. You saw it too, didn't you? What are you talking about? Get out of here. I was quickly losing confidence in my own memories. I decided to tell him about Mikise Kurisu and get him to call an ambulance, but before I could... Look, I don't have time for your nonsense. The policeman took me by the upper arm and said, "No one got stabbed at Radican." What? How could he say that with such certainty? While I was still trying to comprehend the situation, the policeman forcefully led us away. We were escorted up to UPX and released. What is UPX? Fictional major office building in Akihabara. Yeah, otakus are people who are interested in hobbyists, offline me. Alpacas, great. We were escorted up to UPX and released. There were people at UPX, like usual. Actually, there were far more people than usual. The place was packed. Just as Officer A had said, Chiodori had been blockaded by police, so nobody could enter. There was nothing we could do, so we headed back to the lab. And that brings us to the present. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabachi's presentation really happen? I check online for any news. The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into Radican. Oops, wrong button. All of the major stations in Tokyo, even TOTV, are running special bulletins about it. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anyone was hurt, but Chiodori is still closed off. Akihabara Station is jammed with reporters and curious onlookers. Nobody has mentioned anything about the disappearance of the thousands of people from Akiba's streets, nor about Mikise Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery? I see. So that's it! From the sofa, I spring to my feet, a wide grin on my face. Daru and Mayuri turn and stare. This is all an elaborate cover-up by the organization! Their influence has corrupted local law enforcement, which means our entire government may already be under their control. My God! But they underestimated me, for I am not so easily played. One day I will expose their deeds and put an end to their reign. Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory drink of Dr. Pepper. It's not even Dr. P, it's Dr. Pepper, his favorite soda. I feel ashamed for liking this soda now that it's related to him. The lab has no air conditioning. Ice-cold drinks are essential. Been there, done that. College dorms are terrible. Elixir intellectualis. A drink fit for a genius. Just because it says doctor on the bottle doesn't mean it makes you smart. It's actually really bad for you. Cola's better. Okarin really loves his Dr. Pepper. They even say Dr. Pepper. This was hilarious. Was this a product placement? I pity the man who knows not the greatness of this beverage. Step through the curtain dividing its center, and you'll enter the heart of the Future Gadget Laboratory, the development room. Just as the name implies, this is a room where we develop future gadgets. Needless to say, it's strictly off-limits to outsiders. Yes, I know the setup is cheap. I would much rather have an airlock than a curtain, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition, although you maybe could consider getting a real job. I poked Daru and bid him follow me into the development room. All of the windows here are weather-stripped with packing tape, so it's dim. And hot, almost like a sauna, which is not good for electrics, you should know this. Electronics. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations. Just get a job! Upon entering the development room, I pick up the lab coat that's lazily draped on the chair and put it on. I always wear a lab coat in the development room, for practical reasons as well as symbolic ones. Daru, however, refuses to wear his. Putting it on and taking it off is apparently too much trouble for him. He can't be bothered to do anything that doesn't interest him. It's men like him who give our generation a bad name. His lab coat, purchased from my own pocket money, I might add, just sits on the shelf. It's never been worn and probably never will be. Daru. Is the plan progressing smoothly? What plan? Daru gives me a blank look. I sigh and turn his attention to the table in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on top of the table is a commercial-grade microwave oven. It's significantly larger than newer home models. The plan, as in the plan. Obviously, I'm talking about perfecting gadget number 8. Oh, that. How was I supposed to know what you meant? We've known each other for what, 3 years now? We went to high school together, and now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond, like prison cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months, though. We were in different classes junior year, and actually we didn't talk at all, so 2 years? Details. The point is, we've known each other a long time. I expect you to keep up with me here. Nope. Awkward silence. Man, all I wanted to do was have one of those cool, cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparations and other important sounding stuff, but no one knows what it means except us. Shot down again. So, are we any closer to figuring out what's wrong with gadget number 8? Not yet. So far, the Future Gadget Laboratory has completed a total of 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpaca Man, the library's primary goal is to develop weapons for the war against the Dark Dominion led by the organization that rules the world from the shadows. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't even figured out what we should make. But along the way, we have managed to create some ingenious future-ish gadgets as a byproduct of our research. It's a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident. In other words, serendipity. Allow me to introduce our glorious future gadgets. Gadget number 1, the bit particle gun. Gadget number 2, the bamboo helicam. Gadget number 3, could this be Ora? Sorry. Gadget number 4, mode snake. Gadget number 5, once again I made a worthless object by Goemon. Gadget number 6, the Sayalume Saber. Gadget number 7, Ghost in the Ball. They can all be seen on the website Daru made, so feast your eyes upon the product of a mad scientist genius. Hold on just 1 second. A gadget created by arranging 12 6-inch CRT monitors in a sphere. Small CMOS cameras are installed in the gaps between the monitors, each connected to the monitor on the opposite side of the sphere. This attempt at practical optical camouflage is the greatest masterpiece among the completed future gadgets, but its sheer size makes it difficult to store. And this is a Ghost in the Shell ripoff, which, very good show. Highly recommended. A Sayalume Saber, a red chemical glow stick with a handle attached, allowing one to grip it like a sword. It's a Star Wars ripoff lightsaber that will die soon. Created by combining a dryer and a vacuum. The dryer is operated using the exhaust of the vacuum, and it's a joke on Lupin the Third. Mode Snake. An instant super humidifier uses electric heating coils to quickly boil a large volume of water. This generates enough steam to fill a room of 12 square meters, so it can only be continuously operated for a few seconds. It looks like a Claymore landmine, which appeals to the military otaku, and it's a Metal Gear Solid joke. A lie detector based on thumb perspiration, though it may be more appropriate to call it a sweat detector. You'd have to admit, it's a pretty cool invention, and it's based on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and the guy who could lick you to see if you were lying. A CCD camera mounted to a bamboo toy helicopter. So you made a proto Digimon, or a proto drone. 22 Emon, what is that referencing? I feel like I should know this. I've known everyone. The bit particle gun. It's a toy ray gun with a TV remote jammed inside. You can change channels by pointing it at the TV and pulling the trigger. However, the only button supported is channel up. No other buttons are usable. Great, so it's a Gundam joke. Serendipity, microwave, yes, we all know these. Okay. Anyways, all of these useless inventions that are based on anime jokes, which I'm assuming is Daru's doing, are on their website. Anyway, our current problem is future gadget number 8, the Phone Wave, named subject to change. Phone Wave is a pretty weak name, so I've added name subject to change to the end until we come up with something better. For the record, it was Mayuri's idea, not mine. When a future gadget is completed, the three of us discuss what to name it. I prefer names based on mythology, or names with hidden meanings that need extra explanation to understand. Daru thinks my naming style is too ridiculous. He just doesn't have a passion for words like I do. Mayuri can't be bothered to remember difficult names. She says they don't fit in her head. And so our opinions on gadget names are always split, but I digress. The Phone Wave, name subject to change, is, in short, a remote-controlled microwave. You put food in the microwave before you leave, then on your way back, call the attached cell phone to start the heating process. Voila, hot food ready for your arrival. So it's basically a piece of junk. A few days ago, however, we discovered that the Phone Wave, name subject to change, has a second unintended capability. Our brave, or possibly just ditzy Mayuri had made it her daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken number 1 as usual when the unexpected happened. The chicken came out more frozen than when she put it in. The microwave refroze the chicken. Since then, Daru and I have been searching for the cause. Oh god, there's a time-traveling microwave, isn't there? We tried copying what Mayushi did, but we just can't reproduce the freezing phenomenon. And when we tried to freeze a banana, it turned out really weird. I just don't get it. Daru, now looking completely fed up with the heat, starts fanning himself with his shirt. I know what he means by really weird. Let's see if we can't make it happen again. Mayuri, bring forth the bananas! Are you gonna turn them into gel bananas again? That's been bugging me, Mayushi. Can you stop calling them gel-banas? But gel-banas are gel-banas. I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick the whole bunch into the phone wave, name subject to change. Why do you have to use the whole bunch? It's a waste of food. Your stinginess could have cost us the battle with the organization. That's fine with me. Mayushi always buys the bananas. And now, Mayushi can't eat a single one. Next time, we'll only do one banana. But I already put the whole bunch in, so I ignore her hungry complaints. The phone wave name subject to change is simple to use. It's a microwave with a phone taped on. The number is already in my address book, so I just need to call the phone wave. Now where did I put my phone? I checked my pants and coat pockets. Now where did I put my phone? I checked my pants and coat pockets. Now where did I put my phone? I checked my pants and coat pockets. Let's press the phone triggers button and call the cell phone. And make a call to the phone wave name subject to change. It allows to confirm the controller settings from the... Oh, I see. It's just gonna keep repeating until I actually call the phone. What's the phone button? Crap. How do I check? Skip. Originally, I was using a phone. Oh, there we go. A controller with this, but for some reason, my controller has been acting up and it kept opening the phone. So, okay, C and C. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Address book, phone wave, let's call it. I'm connected. Hello, this is the phone wave name subject to change. This is the voice of Mayushi Guidance, the system Daru program to operate the phone wave. Do you hear Mayushi's voice? Be quiet, I'm trying to listen. You can operate the timer from this menu. After pushing the pound button, please enter the heating time in seconds. For example, press pound 60 for 1 minute. For 2 minutes, press pound 120. Entering the command properly will cause the phone wave, name subject to change, to function like a normal microwave. Instead, we're going to deliberately mess up and enter a 120 pound. That should do it. The method was originally a simple mistake on Mayuri's part, but it somehow starts the freezing process. The phone wave, name subject to change, comes to life. The turntable begins to rotate. Nice turntable, right? It's even spinning backwards. Backwards? I never noticed that. That might have serious implications. If we look at quantum critical behavior driven by Hund's rule... Yeah, no. Not Hund's rule? What is Hund's rule? The rule governing the placement of an atom's electrons, orbitals of the same energy are each filled with one electron of the same spin before they are filled. Okay, so that's definitely not it. Not Hund's rule? No. Okay. The three of us wait and stare at the spinning bananas. After 120 seconds pass, the microwave chimes. Mayuri takes the bananas out. Gel bananas are ready. The bananas have become not bananas. Gelatinous blobs coated with a thin membrane. After Mayuri discovered that the phone wave, named subject to change, had a freezing function, we attempted to freeze a bunch of bananas. This is what happened. It just gets more confusing each time. Daru. You wouldn't mind eating one of these, would you? Of course, you wouldn't. It's for science. Your sacrifice will forever be remembered. They look really nasty. The taste doesn't matter. What matters is that you eat it. So come on, Daru, no need to be shy. Break a leg or a stomach and go for it. No way. Fine. Mayuri, the honor shall be yours. But Jalbanas are all gloopy, droopy, soft, and squishy. Kinda like you. Wait, she already tried one? It had no flavor and wasn't tasty at all. Gloopy, droopy, soft, and squishy. Daru, what do you think? Soft and squishy bananas, huh? Soft and squishy banana. No! Daru-kun, your nose is bleeding because you're a pervert. I'm not repeating what you said before. Please, just say it. No! Your banana's are salted. Don't make her say that, you pervert! Daru retreats after I hit him with a tissue box. He's gonna need it. Mayuri looks at us with an innocent smile. She doesn't get it, obviously. Anyway. They're gelatinous, a semi-solid state of matter. In other words, there is a possibility that the intermolecular bonds were weakened. What could have partially liquefied the bananas? I've got it! I turn to the whiteboard and write freezing in the middle, then I cross it out and slap the board with my hand. What we thought was a freezing function is actually something else. A bold statement, if I do say so myself. So why isn't anyone surprised? Now's the time to shout, "What'd you say? Come on, don't be shy." Their reactions are pathetically weak. Mayuri probably didn't even understand half of what I said. We already knew that. Oh. The problem is we don't know what it is doing, or why it's doing it. If it's the opposite of freezing, then couldn't it be thawing them? What a silly question, Mayuri. What you're describing is just a normal microwave. Then what is it? We don't know, and that's the problem. He's right. To be honest, I haven't a clue. In any case, there's nothing we can do about it. It's time for Daru and I to head to Daibiru. And I think it's time for me to head off on this episode when they figure out that it's time travel. Props to them, but I really don't trust them very much. But we'll see if they ever come to their senses. Until next time, catch you later.